Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Joy White. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please, if this is the first time you are checking on my channel, kindly hit on that subscribe button and turn on notification bell so that I get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. So guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to cut and sew this trendy high and low bubu crop top with pockets at the front. So the first thing I will do is to go ahead and fold my fabric into two. So I have folded my fabric into two. I'm cutting the front part of those crop top first, although you can cut both at the same time. So now the first thing I will do is to go ahead and take the shoulder measurement, which is the shoulder divided by 2. So I'll mark it there, and the next thing I will do from that point, I'm going to mark out where I want the sleeve to stop. So I took 13 inches for that. So now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and come down for the shoulder slope. I'm coming down with 1.5. I'm going to connect it to the neck width later on. So now I'm going to take 3 inches for the neck width. I'm using 3 inches. You can use 3.5 or 3 inches. And then I am going to also go ahead and use 3 inches for the neck depth, although we do not actually need the neck depth on this particular top we're cutting. So now after doing that, the next thing I will do is from the shoulder point or the top of my fabric, I'm going to come down with 9 inches. 9 inches, 10 inches is okay. And from that point, I am going to go in with 2 inches. So I am going in with 2 inches. And after doing that, I'm going to connect it with my ruler. So from that point, I will take it upward to the neck width, and then I will go ahead and connect the shoulder slope. Can you see it? I've done that already. So now at this point, I've placed the back of my fabric. I've placed the front on the back, and now we are going to be cutting the back. So what I will just do now is this. For the neck width still remains the same, 3 inches. And for the neck depth for the back, I am going to use 1 inch for the neck depth for the back. So what I will do next is I'm going to connect it, and then I will cut it out. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut out the same shoulder slope. So now I'm adding an extra 5 inches for the back. Remember, the back is lower than the front, so I'm using 5 inches for the back. 5 inches. The back is longer than the front with 5 inches. So that's what I have done here. And then I am going to connect what I have. As you can see, I have connected it. So now at this point, I will go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting it out, this is what we have. I'm also going to go ahead and cut out the front, and after cutting it, I'll place the front and the back together again. At this point, I'm going to go ahead now and mark where I want for my round sleeve. So I have marked it. I marked out 12 inches, and then the biggest part of our measurement, which is the bust measurement, so I'm going to divide it into 4. After dividing it, I will go ahead and add an extra 4 inches. So that 4 inches, the seam allowance is included for the 4 inches, and the ease we want for our bubu is also included in the 4 inches extra I am adding to the bust measurement. So now I will connect what we have together this way. Can you see it? And then on the armhole area, I'm going to use my curve ruler, or you can use your free hand to just do this. So I'm going to go ahead now and connect it this way. So this is what it's going to look like, and now I'm going to cut it out. So after cutting it out, this is what we have for the back. This is what the back is looking like, and this is what the front is looking like. So now at this point, I'll place both this way and sew the shoulder. At this point, the next thing I will do is to measure the neckline, because we're going to be attaching our collar here. So I'm going to take my tape around the neckline, starting from one end to the other end, to get the figure I will need. So now that I've gotten it, I've gone ahead to cut out the piece that will go around this neckline. So this is going to be the collar that we'll be using for the neckline. So now what I'm going to do is this. You have to iron it down. So I have ironed it down so that you'll be able to identify the crease line. So on fold, what I have is 2.5, and when I open it up, what I have there is 5 inches. So now I'm going to place it this way. Like I said, iron it down so that you're able to identify the crease line. I'm going to measure from the top there. I'll measure 11.5 or 12 inches is actually okay. Something that can go around your head circumference. So now I'm going to sew down. Can you see it? I'm sewing it down this way. So I've sewn it down and went ahead to also press on it. So you have to ensure that it's something that can go around your head circumference. So now I'm going to notch the center point, which is going to serve as the center back. After notching it, I notch the center back of the back as well, and then I'll place both together this way. I will pin it down. So what I will do now is this: I'm going to go ahead and sew it down from one end to the other end. I will go ahead and sew it down. So I've sewn it down, and this is what our collar is looking like. Our top is already taking shape. I've also gone ahead to attach another piece at the hem of my sleeve. I have done that already. So now what I will do now is this: I'm going to go ahead and fold the front. I'm folding the front. Remember, I included the seam allowance there, so I'll just go ahead and fold it, and then at the side I'll be using 1 inch. After folding, I'll use 1 inch to sew the side down. That is what I am going to do. So I have done that already. Can you see it? I've sewn it down using 1 inch. That is the same allowance. So now I'll pick the back piece. I'm going to fold the back. I hope you understand what I'm explaining here. I'm going to fold the back. That 1 inch that we folded for the seam allowance, I will fold it, and then I will fold the hem of the back. I have done that already, and this is what it is looking like. Can you see it? I've ironed it out. So you have to just follow the process. You get what I'm talking about, what I'm explaining. So now this is what I'm going to do. I'm also going to notch this point. So can you see it? I've notched it. If you do not notch that point, your top will not relax. That's armhole area. You have to notch it so that when you iron it, your top will be relaxing. So now at this point, the next thing we are going to do is to attach our pocket. Can you see it? I've cut out the piece I'll be needing for the pocket. I have about 16 inches. The width is about 16 inches and the length is about 11 inches. So I'm going to fold the top of this fabric. I'll fold for the two. I'm attaching 2 pockets to it. Actually, I folded the top. Can you see it? So now this is what I'm going to do and place both together this way. I'm folding it. I will sew it down. So this is how you are going to sew it. After sewing it, I will turn it out. So I have sewn it and I've ironed it out. So this is what our pocket is looking like. It's taking shape already. Can you see it? So this is what we have. It's as simple as this. So I'm going to get my top, and then this is what I am going to do. So from the collar point or from the center front, you just go ahead and leave about 1 inch or 1.5. That is what I did here. I think I left about from the center point probably 1.5 or 2 inches. So now what I will do now is this: I'll place my pocket in a way that the pocket will have the same hemline. The pocket and the back of this top will have the same hemline. So that is what I have done here. I've just placed it that way. So now I will go ahead and sew it down this way. Can you see it how I'm sewing it? I will sew it down this way. Ensure you are not sewing it to the back of your fabric, just the front. And then after sewing it, I will sew down the top just to secure it to the front of my top. So this is what I'm going to do. Just go ahead and sew it down that way, and then I'll show you what it is looking like. So this is what we have for our trendy high and low Bubu crop top. Can you see it? Are you feeling the pocket? So this is what we have for it. I love the result and I love the way everything came out. So I also want to mention, if you want your pockets to be shorter than this, you can also go ahead and reduce the pocket. But I think I'm actually okay with what I am seeing. So this is what we have for our crop top. I also have a tutorial on my channel if you want to know how I made this wide leg palazzo pants. I'm going to be dropping the link in the description box so that you go ahead and check it out. Now please, if you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit on that subscribe button and turn on notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Like and share my video, make your comments.